Hey, summer friends, Olivia here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another speed build. Today we are doing what I imagine is a first-time parent's cute little condo inspired by a Airbnb we stayed at last year. I thought that'd be kind of fun. And they have a very dark and moody-ish vibe, kind of more of the concretes and that kind of thing. Really, really, really had fun building this one today. I have been building my CC folder. If you follow along or if you're brand new, quick story, I lost all my CC a couple months ago and I've been rebuilding it up. It's taken some work. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort. 5 years worth of CC just gone. Very sad. But I am finding that there are so many awesome creators and so many good things that I'm actually kind of relieved and refreshed to kind of be doing this again. I kind of been having the same designs I feel like for the past couple of years, so it's forcing me to do something different. So, yeah. But how are you? How was your day? Anything fun going on today? Nothing here. It is a very, very quiet Sunday, and I am totally here for it. I actually only had one thing on my calendar today, and that is Sims. Got up this morning. Robert and I did a speed clean. We do that usually at least once or twice a week, and typically he picks up and I clean behind him, and it's just like the perfect thing to do. So the house looks good. We're all kind of doing our own thing, and Robert started watching The Last of Us on HBO, and I watched the first episode. Not gonna lie, it was good, but I have a problem with watching things that are like suspenseful. I don't know why. I get anxiety and it's just stupid. So I like watching like lighthearted shows like Chopped or something that doesn't matter. Like I know someone's going to get chopped every round. It's not like a surprise. It's just, very straightforward. That's my kind of shows. So anyway, he's watching that right now, and the kids are kind of doing their own things, and we're kind of just relaxing. Not bad. Spring break starts tomorrow, and we typically take a week off with the kids and we go like to Florida for the week. And we did not do that this year. Couple things, we just did not have the time. We don't have 7 days just to get away this time. But also, we are using that money elsewhere. We always spend so much money when we go to Florida, and we're using it in our kitchen this year. So I think that is way smarter spent, considering we have been doing the Florida thing for this would have been our 5th year. So I think 1 year off will be okay. And we are still going away. We're doing a 4-day trip to Branson. And it's, if you've never heard of it, it is just a kind of it's just like a amusement park-ish touristy place in Missouri. And it's kind of like Dolly World, or if you're familiar with that. But essentially, like, there's Silver Dollar City, and there's like an 1880s vibe theme park, and we've been going there since I was a kid. And then there's like other dinner shows we like to go to, like Dixie Stampede, which is Dolly's Dixie Stampede, and that's just like a dinner and show. And then the whole town itself is just really touristy, but we are not the kind of family that like buys the t-shirts and all the crap. We just really go, we're foodies, so we always go to good food spots, we hang out. All I wanted to do this spring break, I didn't care if it was in Florida, if it was in Missouri. I just want to hang out by the hot tub and snack. So I made sure our hotel has a hot tub, and that's really my only goal, is to do that. So we'll be doing that for like an extended weekend trip, and I'm all about it. And the kids are excited. This is going to be my youngest's first roller coaster ride, so we're excited. We're gonna have just so much fun, and I already got tickets bought. I already got our hotel. Like, it's gonna be hopefully carefree. Isn't this wallpaper great? It is. Speaking of hotels, it reminds me of like the hotel linen kind of texture, and I've been looking for that in real life. I found some peel and stick that's pretty darn close to like what you'd find in a hotel. I just love that. I love adding texture to rooms like that, and it's an easy way to do it. That peel and stick wallpaper can like transform a room for like under $100. You know what I mean? It can even be cheaper than that. I did my bathroom for like $35. Like, it can really be a super cheap way to transform a space, and you can rip it off your wall and change it up. That's what I love about it. Like, I'm about to do my bathroom again. It's been less than a year, but I noticed that when I put my wallpaper up in the like the main bathroom down on our main floor, that I must have just not been paying attention or something, but half of the print is upside down. So I noticed that recently and I was like, what? How is that possible? How did I not see that this entire time? So anyway, I have some other ones picked out. I also have this really funny neon sign that says don't do coke in the bathroom. But it's actually really funny. I found it on Amazon and kind of have I don't want to hang it up necessarily because I had bought it for the main bathroom, and I'm like, what was I thinking? Because I have kids, obviously, who can read, and I mean, we're pretty straightforward with them at home. Like they know coke's a drug, but I don't think they get the humor. Plus, like if their friends were over, or like I don't know, people in my life that would not maybe find it so funny. So I might actually put it in our main bathroom. I imagine it like behind, like having like a grass wall behind it. That's kind of like the vibe and like a neon sign. Anyway, super super funny. I thought anyway. This sitting area, I was proud of myself because I'm very, very, very bad with chairs. I never know how to like put chairs. And so you saw like I was gonna put one chair. I'm like, no, Olivia, push yourself and let's do another chair. They always seem so matchy to me. And this is the exact same problem I'm having inside my dining room right now, or my living room rather. I'm wanting to put I really, really, really want a new couch. I can't justify it though, because I just got this sectional a couple years ago. But I really, really want a new couch that's more of a light colored instead of being, I have like a dark gray sectional. Anyway, so I was thinking, well, what if I get like a couch and like two chairs? That's my thoughts. But then I was having trouble with styling it. But I don't know if you're new around here. I do some Upwork jobs, and one of my clients I've been working with a lot the past year is Ashley Furniture, like a local Ashley Furniture. So like finding their like really discovering like their furniture and like layouts for them, I've really had to push myself for that anyway. So I feel like I really 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 want to get a new couch. If I win the lottery, that's what I'm gonna do the very first thing. I swear to God, I will go buy a new couch. But for now it's just hard to say like where am I going to put that couch at. We have furniture now downstairs and I could put it down there and get rid of that furniture, like it's a whole deal, but ultimately I just can't justify it right now. I just can't, and I can spend money elsewhere, which is what I should be doing. So couch is not in the cards today, but when it happens I'm getting a light colored couch. And I will tell you what, this video really had me thinking about it, but it is awesome being a parent of older kids. Like I think I might have said this recently in my other video, but being a mom of older kids is like freaking awesome. It really is. I feel like I'm a Mario character and I leveled up. That's how I feel because they wipe their own butts, they get their own snacks. They're efficient, really. I've taught them how to get their own showers. Like, life is good, and I would not change it for anything. I was literally just talking about this with one of my friends I've had since like elementary school, but she has boys, and like teaching your kids to be efficient is like honestly one of the best things you can do. Because someday there'll be a day where we're not around. And I think that's like our main job is to really show them, hey, you do this. But even simple tasks, like I am just now, and I know I'm kind of slow at it, but I'm just now getting around to showing my 11-year-old like how to do laundry, and my 8-year-old knows how to empty the dishwasher. The things like that are important, but beyond that, like taking care of themselves, I do not want to be a mom telling my 6-year-old like how getting them in and out of the shower and all that kind of stuff. Like in the mornings, it's so much easier to say, hey, get in the shower. They know how to turn it on, they know how to make it hot or cold, they know how to get their own towel, get their clothes, you know what I mean? And my friend, the one I was just talking about, she's the one who inspired me to even do that in the first place. I remember being at her house like last year or two, or maybe it was more closer to like 3 years ago. I'm bad with time. But she was talking about how her boys, they go to school after her. Like she would go to school. She's a teacher, and she would go to school, and then her kids would go later, like they get on the bus by themselves. And I looked at her like, what? They get on the bus by themselves? And she's like, yeah. And like she really inspired me to like be like they're the same age as my kids. So I was like, okay, if they can get on the bus by themselves, my kids should have no reason to be able to get baths and like showers and get their clothes and all those things. So I like started right then, and I it's been great ever since. Like honestly, I don't know why I didn't do it from the get-go. If I did it all over again, I'd be like, okay, age 4, you are learning how to brush your hair. Like I would, because that's ultimately the goal, right? We want them to be self-sufficient humans, and um you start them early. It makes parenting like heck of a lot easier. I was like, what am I here for? What do you need me for? And that could be sad, but it can also be awesome at the same time. This kitchen, I forced myself to do black cabinets. If you watch my other videos, I'm very like white spaces and light. But I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone and I wanted it to be a more moody build. I knew that meant that I had to have a black cabinet. And I edited it out, but I kept changing it back to white. And I'm like, quit doing that. Just go with it. Anyway, glad I did. It turned out pretty cute, I think. And I really do. I love these windows, like how all the light comes in. That's why I fell in love with our kitchen. The realtor, I remember, was like, "What are you gonna do with this?" And I was like, "I love it." The kitchen's like tucked away behind our living room or dining area rather, and so it is kind of weird. But there's so much light. Speaking of kitchens, we are doing what we said we would never do. I think I talked about this last video, but we are currently doing a DIY situation. I believe, and I still believe, kitchens are just something that professionals should do. And I am not a professional. Robert is not a professional, but we're doing pretty dang good. Listen, we had full intentions on always hiring a professional. The rest of the house, free game. As much as we could, we would, except maybe the bathrooms, but we would really do as much DIY as we could. That was our deal to each other. And you know what? It's just the more and more I realize how much it's going to cost, and the more and more time it's going to take us to save for that, I'm growing impatient. So, sure, I could save up for another year or two and get everything, well, near everything that I'd probably want, but I could also spend that money elsewhere. That's kind of where my mindset is right now, and I don't want to wait. Our freaking sink messed up. It's all messed up. The garbage disposal doesn't work. So it's almost forced us to actually get into our kitchen a lot sooner than we would have. But I'm actually really happy. Robert made our cabinets himself, and I'm so proud of him. They turned out really good. And now we went and got recently, like 2 weeks ago, we went and got our quote for our countertops. And to be honest, I just have expensive taste. Like Robert says, I'm expensive and difficult. Um, I just I have expensive taste, and so I was really in a weird funk about it for so long. Like I can't imagine spending 8 grand or 6 grand at the least on these counters. And ultimately, we just kind of went a DIY route. So we started with concrete. We did another counter in our house. We have like a little coffee area in our living room. We did our countertop there to see what it would look like. And I love the way it turned out, but I just don't want to do our whole kitchen in concrete. I just don't want to do it. So we kind of instead are going another DIY route, and we're doing the epoxy. So we're doing white. I don't think I'll do the DIY marble. I think it looks too DIY. And we're going to try that next week when we get back from spring break. So not this coming week, but the following. We are going to tackle that. I have a new sink. I have a new cooktop, and we have a new backsplash. Currently, half our backsplash is ripped off. It looks crazy. Robert had to replace the sheetrock behind it, so it looks kind of fresh. But when we get back, I'm so excited to just get into it. I don't know what's going to happen. Robert and I are just taking it day by day. If we get over our heads, we're going to have to call a professional. That's just the way it is. But we're going to try our very hardest, just have some fun with it, and just see how it goes. It can be beautiful or it could be a beautiful disaster, and we're about to find out. One thing I will say, if you're still dating, find someone that you can just have fun with, because if we took life too seriously, trust me, we would want to divorce each other after this kitchen thing, but we're just having fun and we understand we don't know what the hell we're doing at all. Uh, and that's where we're at. Moral of the story, don't take anything too seriously, not even your kitchen. Not even. Not that serious. We're just going to see where it takes us. Again, it could be awesome. It could be terrible. We shall see. We're in it together and we're having fun. Robert is kicking butt, seriously. And we'll just see where it takes us. Anywhozer, I have been trying really hard to get my CC folder built up, and I'm at the point where I realize that my poor computer, I use this computer for a lot of things, so it does scare me to think that I'm like filling it up with a bunch of stuff. But I like having so much CC. And so I have been trying to stay on the Sims resource because I know it's safer, but I feel like I'm like an addict. I have to go. I tell myself, Olivia, just stay on the Sims resource. But then I'm like, yeah, but I'm looking for Pringles, or I want to do a house with a big pantry, and I want to do it like, I want like realistic stuff. And so then I venture out, and then I start downloading a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh, my computer's acting a little bit weird. It's just like a gamble, you know? It's like I'm just kind of playing that gamble, and I sure the heck hope it does not mess up my computer. But I guess that's the life you live whenever you like to build with CC. Honestly, I don't know how people do like build without it. I cannot, will not do it. And so I guess that's where I'm at. I understand that this is like a risk I'm taking, but the more CC, the better. I mean, if I could download, literally, I could spend my whole entire afternoon downloading CC, and I do. I am doing that right now, actually. Even in between me recording, I'm actually about to do a camper video, and so I'm trying to find all the cute camper vibes, boho, as much boho as I can. And so I got on that rabbit hole. I was like, Sims Resource isn't cutting it, so I get on Tumblr. And I'm doing some sketchy stuff, but I hope it pays off. I'm sure it'll make me happy in the end. Speaking of making me happy, I am, for the first time in a very long time, cooking something at home that is not like a HelloFresh meal. So I'm trying to figure out like what am I in the mood for? I was kind of thinking spaghetti because spaghetti always makes you think of my grandpa. He's passed away several years ago now, but he would always make this spaghetti, and it's like a family funny thing, but he would load it with so much stuff. It was like almost a stir fry spaghetti, but the smell of green peppers to this day reminds me of him. So I'm real excited to kind of do like a loaded spaghetti situation. And we like our spaghetti sauce a little bit sweeter, like adding like a little bit of sugar to it. So I don't know if like I'm alone in that, but that's just how I like it. So definitely gonna make that. The reason why we don't have HelloFresh this week was they messed up for the very first time. Now, I'm a meal like service person. I've tried, I don't want to say every single one, but I've tried all the mainstream ones. And we always come back to a HelloFresh. So it's been, I don't know, at least a full year, if not two, that we've been doing meal services. But anyway, I just love the convenience of it all. And we actually save money. I think I've talked about it before, but anywho's, we don't have it this coming week because I knew we are leaving on Thursday, but also because they messed up on our order 2 weeks ago where it was delayed. I think it actually ended up getting lost. We then got it like a weird midweek. We had so much left over, then they credited us, and we had another week come. So at this point we had like so much food. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just pause it for this coming week, thinking that we would have so much extra, but we spent a lot of time eating at home last week and we used some of them for lunches. So we actually went through them faster than I thought. So with that said, now we're resorting to having to actually like figure out what we're going to make and shop for it. No, I'm not shopping at the store. Who does that? No, I know people still go to the store. I'm just going to get some online and make some of our family favorites before we head out of town. So, anyway, I hope you like the way this turned out. If you like what I'm doing on YouTube, do all the YouTubey things for me. That'd be great. And if not, I hope you have a good day regardless. And I will talk to you all next time.